EQG Special 3 Mirror Magic.
Mirror magic!
In more ways than once. So, Juniper is annoyed by the Seven being pretty much everywhere due to the events of the special so far. You know,
It's like they're the main characters.
it's like, you know, if she was, had, kind of
Yeah,
awareness of
cool
the fourth
powers.
wall, it's like, wait a second, I must be at least, an accessory character. At
Like,
first, it's like, and then realizes, wait, I'm the villain.
oh great, I'm
Yeah.
gonna lose.
But yeah, they've been literally everywhere with the music video in the mall that's playing, which makes sense that they would be playing that. And then the faces on the movie posters a little much for a bunch of extras to get on the cover, but meh. So apparently Juniper now works at the movie theater. She also thinks her plan could have worked if not for those meddling kids.
And they're
And their little
bam.
dog, too.
Oh,
Um, so yeah, not self-aware, not very self-aware of her own. It's again Dunning Kruger. Um, so she goes to look at sunglasses, and a bit of magic comes through the skylight and enchants a mirror that she's looking at her some new sunglasses in. Um, she's spooked at first that a different face is looking back at her, but she throws some money at the clerk and runs off with the mirror.
like here, keep the change. Miss, you're about $20 short.
Are you muffled or anything? Because it sounds like you're
Oh,
talking.
sorry, my blanket was covering it. I was saying, Miss, you're about $20 short.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Meanwhile, Sunset has run out of paper in her notebook, talking to Twy with. She's talking to Twy about the weight of all the rogue magic is taking on her. The weights of worrying about all this stuff. And she's still, it's still in her head because she's worried about it, even though for the moment, as far as she knows, things are calm. No rogue magic running around just yet.
Yeah, for the
Uh,
moment.
yeah. So, and as she is aware, so the girls are in the food court. Uh, they get burgers, except Fluttershy, who gets a salad, but the patties are yellow. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess this is to, kind of work on that problem with kind of fridge. You should realize. Wait, Twilight probably ate part of a cow, which would be really awkward for a vegetarian.
Yeah, and
So
one of them needs to be a pony in that group.
yeah, and it's like, oh well, in future let's make it vegetarian. That way we don't have to worry about it, and we
Yep.
can play it in India and nobody will get annoyed. Um. So at this point, uh, Twilight calls her to Equestria, and we get cut back to Juniper, who sees in the mirror glamour and fame for herself. She
Who wouldn't want
wishes,
to see that?
yeah, Juniper wishes that the popcorn would clean itself up, and the mirror sucks it in.
It's like, holy crap, you're a magical vacuum cleaner.
it's a bit more than that, Juniper. Anyway, um, so at a different mirror, Sunset goes through the portal and forgets that she's a quadruped for a moment.
Which I'm gonna make the comment again. It's a great place to have a portal where anybody can fall in if they lean on it.
Yeah, and I'll come back with maybe Twilight with all her, rigging of the portal to where it will work more than every so often, every so many moons. She also put a filter in there where only those that she has kind of cleared can come back through it.
Yeah, or you might like have to have like I guess equine blood in you or something like that.
I don't think that's the case because it doesn't work. It doesn't have to have kind of human traits, in order to go to the other world, as far as we know. So
Yeah.
I think it's just, if it's anything, it's Twilight regulating it with some magic while she's regulating it with magic for other
It
reasons.
would be funny though if somebody just leaned on like, whoa, what? Where am I?
Why do I have hooves?
Uh,
Which I imagine there are about 1 billion fanfics that come out of that. Somebody leaning against the statue, they fall through, they become an equine, and what, sort of thing. And she meets Starlight, who gives her a replacement journal, but Sunset tries and fails repeatedly to pick it up with her hoof until she is reminded that she, in fact, has a horn. She has magic here, which I guess she forgot how to use. Kind of sticky hoofs.
Sticky hoofs. Which maybe makes me think, do unicorns have sticky hooves, or do they always just pick up stuff with their magic?
I think Rarity has picked up a newspaper. I think when she was reading that, I think she may have picked it up with her magic and brought it to her, but she holds it with her hooves. I think all ponies can do that and hold things with their hooves. Just unicorns also have magic.
Ah.
What was I? Yeah. Meanwhile, Twilight and everyone else is away on friendship summons.
Ooh, go friendship.
Which makes me wonder if we'll ever see the other side of that. Probably not, but well, we'll see. Starlight convinces Sunset to let her go to the other world because she's
Please.
bored, and it's like, I can't say that Twilight wouldn't let me go.
That's true. It's like, although I don't know what you look like, I haven't seen you in the other world.
But so at this point, Starlight convinces Sunset to let her go with her to the other world. Upon entering, she's a tad disoriented and tries to walk on all fours. But she eventually works it out. Back at the theater. Oh, one thing while we're talking about Sunset, it'd be nice to see Sunset come and go a little more often. She could come in to the main show every once in a while, and not too often because you don't want to, ruin it. But every once in a while, bring her in and have her do something.
Her pony self looks kind of cute too.
Yeah, it's a really nice looking character design, and it would be nice to see her more often, just to see her, and she's already on staff because anytime Twilight sings, I think Sunset's voice actress is also Twilight's singing voice.
Yep.
Bullshit or something like that. I'm probably butchering the snot out of that, but okay, back at the theater, Juniper is still trying to figure out how to use the hand mirror properly. And the girls show up, and after some sore spot poking by Dash, the cautious and thoughtful Dash,
Awesome.
compassionate, really thinks about what she's gonna say before she says it. Not blunt at all. She wishes they'd go away, and all but Sunset and Starlight are sucked into the mirror.
Oof.
So the two princesses of Twilight get to the mall, and Starlight partakes in a triple scoop of ice cream, which she loses all of eventually. I think she loses the top two spots, but then she managed to hold on to the last one, I think, a little bit. And then we get an interesting exchange between Sunset and Starlight. Sunset says, magic's on the loose here now, and it doesn't work the same way it does back in Equestria. Any number of terrible things could have happened. And lately, I spend 80% of my time thinking about them. My friends are probably fine, I'm overreacting, but maybe not. I can't tell anymore. Starlight says, this is the problem you wanted to talk to Princess Twilight about, right? But you can still talk it over with me if you want.
Yeah, sure. Right.
Or you could just journal with Twilight about it. Whatever works. It's just, I know my friends and I have been given special powers for a reason, and I want to be ready for whatever's going to be thrown at us. I guess knowing that is making me feel like I could never really relax and let my guard down, so I end up obsessing about it and I can't get out of my own head. To which Starlight replies, that's a toughie. I guess my advice would be to just trust things will work themselves out in the end. You spend too much time worrying about the bad things that might happen, you'll miss out on all the good things that are happening. Which, temper that with, it's about time episode kind of lesson there. Don't be Spike and don't do anything and procrastinate, and don't prepare, and don't be Twilight and obsess.
But most importantly, just don't be Spike. No, nobody likes Spike.
Spike's not bad. Okay, here's the problem with Spike, is people don't know how to write him a lot of the time. He's had some really good episodes when people know how to write him. But he also he's very boom and bust because people just don't know how to write him properly. He's got the same problem as Pinkie Pie. They're both really good characters when they're written properly. They can be deep, they can be caring, interesting ponies and dragons, but they flanderize them, or they don't really think deeply about how they're writing these characters, and that's what leads to some of these problems.
Yeah.
Speaking of the fourth wall breakingest pony, so the Sunset goes over, and then Sunset and Starlight go over to the theater. Meanwhile, inside the mirror, Pinkie goes, well, there's no wall over here, Pinkie says as she adjusts the camera back and forth on the interior of the mirror. Proving, in fact, there is a wall. A fourth wall. And she's adjusting it.
Yeah, I think you probably should be used to this place.
Yes, this should seem rather nice. Just right in her element. So apparently the mirror follows Pac-Man physics. If you go too far one way, you come out on the other. side. After a rain of chocolate-covered almonds, Pinkie Pac-Man is the transition. The welcome to, albeit the chocolate-covered almonds were probably on the floor, much like the
Yeah, she did.
popcorn.
Hey, she did eat floor popcorn.
Didn't she?
And yeah, that's what I was saying. She did.
Oh yeah, okay, that's what I said. Yeah, I mentioned that as well. Yeah. So at this point, Sunset confronts Juniper, but after using her touch empath abilities to find out the truth, she's taken into the mirror as well. And now the last hope is Starlight. Inside, with all reunited, the geodes start to glow. The power enters Juniper, and she transforms into her idealized self, but giant with ridiculously long legs.
Yeah, creepily long legs. And I gotta say, the geos seem to do more harm than good.
It's power. Power does what it wants.
True.
In these sorts of universes, it's just like, oh, what did the power want to do? That? Okay, it did that. Anyway, her delusions intensify and Starlight tries to grab the mirror, but it falls to the floor and cracks. She tries to reason with her, but it doesn't work. Juniper tries to suck her into the mirror, but as long as Starlight has it in her hand, she can't. So Starlight can't make wishes, which we find out then next, and Juniper can't make wishes unless the mirror is in her hand. So after she reasons with her again, knowing what it's like to feel unforgivable, Juniper releases them, wishes for them to be released, and we get a nice little play back and forth. It's like, Juniper says, I'm so sorry. Sunset, it's okay, we've all been there. Juniper's, really? And Starlight manipulated an entire town into giving up their talents so they wouldn't think they were special. Starlight says, overpowered by a magic I couldn't control and created a rift between two worlds, almost destroying both of them in the process. Sunset says, turned an entire school into my own personal zombie army in hopes of conquering a distant pony world.
Like, okay then. What are you smoking?
And then Biggie Pie is like, wow, we are a really forgiving bunch. Or group. But... So at this point, Sunset learns to relax a bit, and Starlight is allowed to stay for a few days to learn from that side of the mirror. Probably while Twilight's still out doing other things. You know, she's out, okay, well, I can't teach her while I'm gone, and at least if she's in the human world, she can't mess up with magic because she doesn't have any over there.
Other Trixie's gonna be like, where did you go?
Yeah. Which, I mean, you'd think, you know, having all of your friends sucked into the mirror at once, realizing that if she hadn't brought Starlight along, they would have all been trapped in the mirror forever. You know, you would think that would actually make her anxiety worse. But, at any rate, it was okay. It wasn't the greatest. I think Movie Magic was the best of the three. Dance Magic was probably 2, and this is probably my least favorite of the 3.
Yeah, I mean the long legs, just wow.
But yeah, it was okay. Not bad for an Equestria Girls thing.
This is like the last special, right?
Yes, the last special this year. I wouldn't be surprised if next year we get some more specials, or depends on if we get a movie. If we get a movie, we probably won't get much more than those little shorts that we got with the other movies. If we don't get a movie, I expect this to happen again. We'll get another 3 shorts. and that'll probably be it. Unless they try and do a pilot season of the show, as a whole.
Yeah, I do
But
wonder if when the ponies come back, the Starlight's not going to be in it.
oh well, no, I don't think so, because they know the schedule of how they were putting this out there. Well, I don't know.
I mean, they've done that. They've done that continuity before. Like, I think it was like in the movie, like one of the Equestria Girls movie.
Yeah, where she done the time traveling bit from that one finale, and
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, I was going to come, but I was delayed by that," and then the rest of them, it had already worked itself out, and they'd found her other, their world's Twilight and whatnot. But
Yeah.
Friendship Games, I think. I doubt it. She said a few more days, so I'm expecting, unless we get, unless we get like a tie-in to the friendship problem that called that called Twilight away.
Wait, what if the friendship problem is the movie?
I don't think so. Because that's at the end of it. They knew they know what order this is in. And I think when we start up again, we'll get Discordant Harmony and then the Perfect Pair, and then it'll start into other things. So Discordant Harmony is actually the first episode post specials, and I think it's just a few days is all she's staying in there. So she'll probably be back by the time the series proper gets back. And we've already got a couple weeks of lead time when it does, because we've already done our review of Discordant and Perfect Pair, which, for all we know about it, it's interesting in that we don't have we've got the Perfect Pair. What was I say? Fudge. Yeah, as much as we've had it for forever, it seems now, it's still not officially out in America. But I will not go further into it because spoilers.
Yeah.
Okay, episode. Yeah, that should. Any last thoughts before?
Nope.
Alrighty then. I guess that's Mirror Magic for you.